The biggest roadblock to exploring the deep universe isn't rocket fuel, it's us. The human body is fragile. It requires constant food, water, and oxygen, and it ages way too fast. If we ever want to reach another solar system, we have to figure out how to hit the pause button on life itself. Picture this: the glass pod seals shut. The temperature plummets. You close your eyes. When you finally wake up, half a century has passed. You haven't aged a single second. Your muscles are perfectly intact. But when you look out the window, Earth is gone. You are trillions of miles away. Forget sci-fi movies like Interstellar. NASA and the European Space Agency are actively hacking human biology right now to make this our reality. It is called torpor. By artificially crashing the human metabolism by 75%, astronauts could literally sleep through decades of deep space travel. But can the human brain and body actually survive being frozen in time? Or is this just a one-way ticket to a cold grave? Welcome back to BBS. Today we are cracking the code on human hibernation, the ultimate key to becoming a true galactic civilization. To understand why hibernation is absolutely mandatory, you have to grasp just how terrifyingly massive the universe actually is. Our closest cosmic neighbor is Proxima Centauri. It is 4.2 light-years away. That might sound like a quick jump, but in reality, it is a soul-crushing 25 trillion miles. If we hopped aboard Voyager 1 right now, one of the fastest machines humanity has ever launched into the void, it would still take us 70,000 years to reach that star. With an average human lifespan of 80 years, your entire crew would be dead and turned to dust before they even left our own cosmic backyard. Because of this brutal speed limit, astrophysicists are left with only two extreme options. Option A is the generation ship. You build a colossal flying metal prison. You were born, you live, and you die in the dark void of space just so your great-great-grandchildren might finally see a new sun. It is a bleak, miserable existence. Option B is the ultimate biological hack: human hibernation. We aren't just talking about taking a really long nap. We are talking about hitting the absolute pause button on the human biological clock, crashing the metabolism so severely that the body simply stops needing food, stops needing water, and completely stops aging. You literally cheat time. But here is the million-dollar question. Can our fragile anatomy actually survive a deep, multi-year freeze? Or is human biology completely incapable of doing what a grizzly bear does every single winter?
We're spending billions of dollars in high-tech labs trying to invent deep space hibernation. But the truth is, Mother Nature already perfected this technology millions of years ago. This isn't science fiction. It is an evolutionary survival hack. Look at the apex predator of winter, the grizzly bear. When a grizzly enters its den, its biology completely rewrites the rules of mammalian survival. A heart that normally pumps at 50 beats per minute practically flatlines down to just 8. Its entire metabolism crashes by 75%. It becomes a living ghost, burning almost zero energy. But the undisputed, heavyweight champion of hibernation is the Arctic ground squirrel. This tiny creature does something that should be biologically impossible. It drops its core body temperature to 27 degrees Fahrenheit, literally below the freezing point of water. By all laws of physics, its blood should turn to solid ice and completely shred its internal organs. But it doesn't. It essentially becomes a living popsicle, and months later, it thaws out and wakes up perfectly fine. Here is the craziest part. Humans share a massive amount of DNA with these exact animals. The genetic blueprint required to pull off this biological miracle isn't alien. It might already be locked deep inside our own cells. We could literally have a dormant sleep button hidden in our DNA. And right now, NASA's top geneticists are hunting for the exact sequence to press it. If they can crack that code, we won't just be building better rockets, we will be upgrading the human body itself. So how do we hack the human body into deep hibernation? The answer is a radical biological state called torpor. It isn't just a deep sleep, it is a complete engineered shutdown of your biology. To pull this off, aerospace medics are looking directly at modern emergency rooms. Doctors already use a technique called therapeutic hypothermia, intentionally cooling trauma patients to stop organ decay. NASA wants to take this ER hack and push it to the extreme, chilling astronauts not for hours, but for months or even years. Here is the biological math. If we artificially drop the body's core temperature from 98.6 to 89 degrees Fahrenheit, your metabolism completely crashes. Your organs barely need oxygen, and you seamlessly switch to burning stored fat. The calories you'd normally burn in a single day could keep you alive in torpor for weeks. In the brutal economics of rocket science, this is the ultimate game changer. A crew in torpor sheds thousands of pounds of food and water weight, meaning significantly cheaper launches and vastly faster travel speeds. But we are still staring down a terrifying unknown. We know we can chill the body to save the organs, but what happens to the mind? If your brain is in a deep freeze for a decade, will your memories survive? And when the orbital alarm clock finally rings, will you actually wake up?
Right now, NASA and aerospace companies like SpaceWorks Enterprises aren't just writing research papers, they are physically building the very first human stasis pods. And their immediate target isn't another star system, it is the brutal 6-month sprint to Mars. The math of deep space travel is ruthless. Sending a crew to Mars means hauling thousands of pounds of food, water, and oxygen. But if you drop that crew into torpor, you instantly slash the ship's payload weight by up to 70%. A lighter ship means burning less fuel and hitting vastly faster speeds. But the logistics are just a bonus. The real lifesavers are psychological and biological. Mentally, locking humans inside a floating middle box for 6 months is a recipe for absolute insanity. Extreme isolation and cabin fever are guaranteed mission killers. Hibernation completely deletes this problem. You close your eyes in Earth orbit and you wake up completely fresh around Mars. But then there is the ultimate plot twist: cosmic radiation. The second we leave Earth's magnetic shield, we are bombarded by lethal cosmic energy that shreds human DNA. But scientists recently discovered something entirely mind-blowing. Torpor doesn't just save time, it acts as a biological bulletproof vest. When your metabolism crashes, your cell division slows to a crawl, and oxidative stress plummets. In this deep freeze, your cells are actually far more resistant to radiation damage and vastly better at repairing their own DNA. These stasis pods aren't just time machines. They are the ultimate biological shields that will finally allow the fragile human body to survive the most hostile environment in the universe. But there is a terrifying biological nightmare we still have to conquer. If you lie completely motionless in a high-tech glass tube for half a century, your body will literally eat itself. Human biology runs on a ruthless, unforgiving rule: use it or lose it. Right now, astronauts on the International Space Station are forced to work out for 2 exhausting hours every single day, just to stop their muscles from turning to mush in zero gravity. But how exactly do you hit the heavy weights when you were unconscious in a deep space freeze? Aerospace engineers have a shocking, literally shocking solution. It is called electrical muscle stimulation, or EMS. Picture this. Tiny, high-tech electrodes are wired directly to your body inside the pod. While you are locked in torpor, they fire precise microelectric pulses deep into your tissue. These shocks are completely painless, but they force your muscles to intensely contract and release, mimicking the exact physical strain of a heavy workout. You are in a deep biological coma, but your physical body is sweating it out in a virtual gym. And what about your skeleton? Without gravity and movement, your skeleton would become as fragile as glass. To stop your skeleton from dissolving, biochemists are engineering extreme next-generation pharmaceuticals, specialized drugs designed to completely freeze the bone decay process while you sleep. So when that pod finally hisses open 50 years later, will you step out onto a new alien world like a peak performance athlete?
Or will you collapse to the floor, your brain having completely forgotten how to walk? Surviving the physical deep freeze is only half the battle. The real terror is what happens to your mind. Entering torpor is essentially a one-way ticket for time travel, but during deep hibernation, your brain activity almost completely flatlines. In hibernating animals, the literal physical connections that hold memories together, the synapses, actually break apart to save energy. They seamlessly reconnect when the animal thaws out. But will a complex human brain do the same? Or will you wake up 50 years later, light years from home, completely forgetting who you are and how to fly the ship? Then there's the ultimate psychological nightmare, temporal displacement. You close your eyes, and when they open half a century later, everyone you ever knew on Earth is gone. The society and technology you left behind don't exist anymore. You wake up as a literal ghost from the past. NASA psychologists are terrified of this massive mental shock. How do you prepare a crew for that level of extreme isolation? Do we have to artificially feed them pre-recorded memories while they sleep? Or do we just hope their minds don't shatter when they realize they are entirely alone in the deep universe?
If we can conquer a century-long deep freeze, the entire universe is finally ours. Those distant, habitable exoplanets that currently feel like pure fantasy will suddenly become destinations. Astrophysicists aren't just dreaming of tiny stasis units anymore. They are actively blueprinting massive, automated sleeper ships, literal floating metropolises designed for the cosmic void. Inside, thousands of human colonists will lie locked in stasis pods, totally untouched by time and decay, as a central AI system guides the ship through centuries of silence. When this automated Leviathan finally reaches an Earth-like world around a new star, its crew won't just wake up, they will execute a massive physical reboot of the entire human species. This is how humanity breaks the chains of a single planet and becomes a true interstellar civilization, building new cities, growing alien crops, and preparing for the ultimate encounter with extraterrestrial life. We aren't just dreaming about the future of space travel, we are engineering it. Welcome to the dawn of the cosmic empire. If you are ready to put life on pause to reach the stars, hit that like button, subscribe to BBS, and let us know in the comments. Would you take a 100-year sleep to be the first human on a new Earth? See you in the next one. Stay curious, stay scientific,